What's going on, guys? I'm here with one of our clients, Isaac, who closed a 22K deal. And what's going on, Isaac? How are you?
It's very good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. I guess for anybody who maybe doesn't know you or kind of your backstory, do you mind just giving us a little bit of background on you and your production company?
Yeah, how much time we have?
Yeah, we as much as you need, man.
Yeah, in a nutshell, man, I've been doing video production since 2008 and kind of came out of just not knowing what to do right out of college. Went to school and multimedia degree, associate's degree that I went for, and no one wanted to do it. So I'm like, hey, I need to feed myself and start a life. And I just started doing video production work. What's funny is I started just helping my local church, at the
Yeah.
time living in California. And that's when everything just started going, man. And it's been since 2008. So what are we at? Third, oh man, I'm bad at math when it comes to
You're good. What were you shooting on in 2008? What kind of
Oh
cameras were you
man,
shooting on?
oh dude, it was the Canon. What was it called? It still did the mini HD
DV?
DV tapes.
Yes.
I
Yep.
mean it was like the hit of the that time frame
You
was
had to
just.
put that thing in a machine connected to the
Oh
computer
dude, it
and
it was
yeah,
hours of taking that 5 minute recording just to dump it and
I
digitize
love it.
it to back then I was using Apple software, right? It was what was it? I don't know.
iMovie or something
I moved.
or
No. I was pro Apple
you were a
Pro.
pro Final Cut Pro then.
Final
You were
Cut Pro
using
when it was actually really cool.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's
so yeah,
awesome.
that's a little bit of my history. I've been specializing in just creating online content for, experts, businesses, clients, and then live event production as well from that. So
Very
that's
nice.
in a nutshell just what I've been doing for
Very
this
nice. I
years.
guess what was kind of the biggest like problem you had prior to joining the program? What was kind of the reason you were looking for some help?
Yeah, no, great question. I was in California 3 years ago. I was in California, living there, had my business established, had built great relationships, and I was thriving there. And we just felt my family and I had my wife and my two young kids. 3 years ago, I just felt like we just felt it was time for us to move from California. So we're thinking, okay, where's it be? And being that I kind of grew up in Texas, when I was younger, I thought that was an option. And then Florida, for some reason, as I travel a lot, throughout the states, providing my services to clients, Florida kind of always was highlighted to me. And because
Yeah.
I love fishing, I love the ocean. We always travel. We got married in the Caribbean and Jamaica. My wife
Nice.
and I, we were always traveling to the Caribbean for getaways and vacations, and so we're like, well, Florida just makes perfect sense. Like we don't have to travel there anymore. We
Yep.
live Gulf side in Sarasota, Bradenton area, so we get the white sands and warm beaches. And moving here, I knew that I was leaving a well-established and a lot of relationships, and I knew that I had to start from scratch. And it's been a learning curve, obviously, getting to learn how things operate here in our neck of the woods. I'm not used to it. I'm getting used to it, learning a lot. So I did not want to, I knew that I needed to reinvent myself, if we will, and I
Yeah.
don't want to do that alone. I really am I'm at the age in my life where I'm like, I want to go faster and quicker, but right, doing
Right.
it from the get-go versus just being like, oh, okay, I'll just try it because I've done it before.
Right.
Because it's a whole different beast here. So I knew that I needed someone in my corner, a team like your guys, and it was funny because I had found you guys online through one of your ads on Instagram, if I remember correctly. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like exactly what I'm looking for. But then I shelved it. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll
Yep.
get back to it because as creatives, we're doing multiple things and we're
Always.
chasing the squirrel, right? Oh, let's squirrel here. And so I got a call and I can't remember if it was I can't remember who it was
Might have been
exactly.
Evan or Cameron.
Kevin or
Yep.
Cameron.
It was Cameron.
Yeah, and me and my wife were driving, going to. It's funny. I'm kind of giving you the full story,
I
right?
love it. Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
very. I get into these brands. Okay,
I
so
love it.
apologize. But me and my wife and my kids are driving to a chiropractic appointment, and I get the call. So I'm like, hey, this is interesting. I'd normally just go voicemail, but that particular drive, I'm like, I wonder who's calling. Answer it, and sure enough, Cameron calls me and he's like, hey, remember this? Remember you signed it? I'm like, you're right. I do remember. I'm like, I can't talk right now. Let's book a time. We booked the time, and sure enough, man, it just literally when I talked to and again, my memory when it comes to
You're
his
good. Either Danny or Hakeem or
Danny,
Danny.
yeah, Danny.
I got you in the names, man.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Appreciate it. I talked to Danny and he just, basically got me, up to speed again of why I had interest and what drew me to you guys. And I'm like, oh, it's a no-brainer. I need to really process it. I didn't make the decision right
Yeah.
away. I'm a very, okay, I'm gonna take all the information and just like meditate on it and then have a definite answer, yes or no. Because I'm a in all in or all out kind of person. So I asked Danny to give me, I think it was about a week or so, and I had some time to chew about it. And man, I was so glad that I did because I knew instantly once I dove in and started going through, all the material, talking to Ethan on the coaching calls, it just reinforced everything that I was looking for. And I'm so glad I did because obviously I kind of came in the holiday time, right?
Yeah.
So my pace and speed has been delayed a lot. And obviously having two kids at home too, they're one of my family's my number one priority before anything. So like I'm playing catch up, but the fact that I got so much clarity in just these last couple weeks and I would say months, and I was able to launch and beta test just my first offer, right? Because
Yep.
it's always going to be evolving and becoming better and
Yep.
tweaking so that I get rid of the stuff that doesn't work that our clients are going to tell us what does and doesn't. And sure enough, man, I went last week. I had sown some seeds with a particular client here in town locally that I was fortunate enough to build a relationship with. And sure enough, I had a conversation. I gave him free short, micro content for the holiday. They said, "Hey man, Merry Christmas. I'm so appreciative of your relationship. Thank you for allowing me to work with you. Here's some quick little things that I think could work for you
Yeah.
if you find them, valuable." And sure enough, as soon as he got it, he posted it. The first post, the short content he posted, it literally got, and it's still going. It's got over like 15,000 views on this
Oh,
little,
wow.
and that was it. That kind of sealed the deal. So when I had the conversation in the last week, I said, here's what I'm talking about. Here's what I'm wanting to do. I want to partner with people like yourself. I believe you're a great candidate for this because of your expertise, the value you give, and this is how we do it. And I just literally have a conversation like, all right, sign me up the year, boom,
Love
22K.
it. Yeah, obviously because you gave him that value up front and it
Mhm.
showed him that you could deliver on what you promised. I love that.
Yeah.
And I guess was there anything, I know we're still evolving and we're still growing and it's just the beginning. Was there anything like that's been particularly helpful within the program for you so far? You feel like has kind of stood out to you?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing thus far, putting that offer together, because I've done, and as creatives and stuff like we can do anything pretty
Oh
much.
yeah.
Maybe not great at everything, but we can do it all because
Yep.
we have that, that grit to get it done and learn it and put it to action. But what I will say that brought a lot of clarity for me and that really clarified and reinforced that what I was going to put together, that was put together. Was seeing just the examples of what you guys have done, what other members have done as well, and seeing that if they're doing it, I can do it, right? If you
Right.
guys, I can do it. And when you have the certainty and the confidence that you have a team behind you, plus all the knowledge and proven steps and systems and procedures, then it's just a matter of time when that reaps a harvest. That's all what I said. When
Right.
you are actually able to see the return, right? And that's how I look at it as a business, owner, that you got to
100%.
sow, you got to invest in yourself, and
Yeah, you
that's
either spend
come back.
money or time at the end of the
Yeah,
day. And
exactly.
I've spent both and some people want to spend time, some people want to spend money. So it's really just up to you and how you want to
Mhm.
invest that into your business, right? Because you could
Right.
either spend a bunch of time trying to figure it out or just come into something that already has like the framework and then implement that thing to then get
Exactly.
what result you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. And, I've been working in marketing for the past, 10 years now. So
Yeah. So
I
you
had,
have experience doing
yeah,
this.
I had the
Yeah.
experience, the theory, the knowledge, but as far as to do it right and make sure that like if I knew that I was going to spend $1, I need to make two. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't that sure of myself or confident to do all that by myself. I
Okay.
needed you guys to help me through that process. And it's proven. I mean, you know,
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, I think we all have experience and different backgrounds. And I think the biggest thing that keeps people stuck is that ego of like, hey, I don't have anything to learn from anybody else. And I've been a victim of that. I've done that myself. And every time I've done that, my business has stalled. And I'm like, I need to learn from somebody else who knows more than me because I think everyone has different areas of expertise.
That's right, man. Yeah, I'm a true believer in that. We don't, as soon as we say that in our head, even if we don't verbalize it,
Yeah.
opens the door on opportunity. And
100%.
you said it, you hit it, right on.
100%. Well, last question. I'll let you get back to closing deals here, man. If I guess if anybody's maybe on the fence watching this and they're just on the fence about even just booking a call and speaking with our team, I guess what advice would you give them from that perspective?
Yeah, no, great question. So if you're on the fence, if you're like me doing your homework and you've been bombarded with
All of
other
my ads in your
content.
feed and you want them to go,
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job, and I love it because that alone, honestly, from being that I've worked in marketing, if you are getting this random ad and you've only seen it once or twice, like obviously they're starting off, right? They're getting warmed up. But Master Filmmaker and you, Eric, like you guys have done a really good job because you understand, right? So for anybody thinking and doing their homework, like definitely do your homework research, but you won't go wrong with booking a call and having the conversation because you don't know what you don't know, right? And if you're coming up with assumptions because you think you don't know. That's just plain and simple. So book that call and ask the questions you have, the concerns you have. And your team is so knowledgeable and understands. And one of the things that I didn't get to say earlier, one thing that gave me full assurance that I was making the right decision is when Danny told me, and I told him, hey man, like I have a family, they're number one, like I will never sacrifice my kids and my family for a job or for business or for money. Like I'll never do that. I said, so if it takes me longer because my life, is, up and down, different things come up, kids, school stuff, like, will that affect my success? He's like, he says, we have catered this and we'll customize it to you. Like it's up to you and it will work it to you so that it works for you. And most people don't tell you that up front and are honest with you on that. And I know this because I've worked with different companies and different niches and markets.
Sure.
And to me, when I heard that, I'm like, this is legit. Like you guys are honestly about serving your people and helping them get results. And man, just looking at all the results you've had, all the testimonials, the case studies of everybody that's been in the, doing the program in the program. I mean, that in itself is a mountain full of evidence that it's undeniable. It's honest, it's truth, like, and you won't go wrong, right? And what's the worst that can happen? You sharpen your axe, you become better. And for me, it's like that alone is worth every penny to me, right? Because I've become a better person. I've learned, I've grown and stretched. And that investment will never, I mean, that comes back tenfold in itself. So
Well,
that's my word of encouragement
I
for people.
appreciate it, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
the transparency. We just want to be as honest and transparent as we possibly can. It's not a magic pill. It takes work. We're here
Exactly.
for you. We're in your corner. But yeah, I appreciate your time, man. I'm looking forward to having you close 40 more of these 22K deals and
Yeah.
getting you off to the races, man. I appreciate your time.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, thanks again, man. Thanks for all you do and the team does, man. I really appreciate it.